Hello, viewers. This is Michael from Screen Reviews, bringing you a new podcast in my 7 code Boruto review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand me. Also, I tried to do my best not to breach your heart during this RU podcast recording as well, not to cause any RU feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this RU podcast recording will contain your adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this RU podcast recording will contain your adult language if you're under 18. Now, if you're over 18, that means you get to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, with this and everything else out the way, let's get into the latest episode of Boruto. It picked off one of the last thoughts in the previous episode. Sakura and Sasuke managed to find a map that gave a vague location about this meteorite that they need to kill Boruto with, who has the same sickness of the Sage of the Sixth Path, because of the nine-tailed beast was inside him and all that shit. He's kind of sick. He is sick. So basically, the map kind of gave them a big idea that the meteorite that they need, called Ultra Particle, is basically somewhere in Reddit. So basically, Sasuke believes that maybe that Zala may be hiding it somewhere in prison. So basically, Sakura said that I'm supposed to, for Zala's supposed to have a meeting with one of the prime ministers, one of the prime minister's people and whatnot to talk about something. So basically, maybe you can use that as opportunity. So basically, maybe you could find out where he's hiding this meteor, if he does have it or not, and basically, and get some and get the hell out of here. So basically, Sakura and Sasuke came out with a plan. So agreed on the plan. Maybe to intersect the prime minister's envoy and shit like that, envoy, and basically try to get a location that will maybe whereabouts about this meteor that they need to kill Boruto. But unknown to them, there's a prisoner in the dock who we can't see his face. Was listening to the conversation. So anyway. Meanwhile, back in the cell, Sasuke came back and went back to his cell and whatnot. And it turns out his friend, his cellmate, Gigi, figured a way how to kind of tame a raptor that Zala somehow is using to guard the prison grounds and all that. So basically, he got some almonds, like an almond tree or some shit, like almond snit. Use an almond piece twig to temporarily to tame one of the raptors, but still temporary to tame one of the raptors. So basically, so Sasuke and the other was kind of amazed at that, but once one of them accidentally stepped their foot out the cage, outside their cell, it started to almost bit one of their arms off. So basically, it was a whole situation with that. So basically, the raptor got burned by the lamp in the cage and whatnot during the process and whatnot. So anyway, Sakura met the prime minister's little envoy one of the prime minister's helpers, worker or whatever, and basically he was talking about I'm just here for a specific reason to I'm not very sure, but I'm just supposed to ask him about what about a certain progress that they need to about how the progress is going about something I don't know about. So basically, after 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 the so basically Sarah bung the prime minister's worker into a closet. Sasuke used his shotgun to put him to sleep with his genjutsu, and basically and Sarah said that, oh, that reminds me, turns out that Zalem has artificial eyes. So basically the reason that's why your genjutsu has not been working against him. So basically that Zalem has artificial eyes, but these artificial eyes are not 100% perfect. They do have some blind spots to it. He can't like fully rotate his artificial eyes or some shit like that. So basically, so basically we can use this blind spot. We can use this to get our further our goal. So transformed into the envoy into the prime minister's envoy, and basically Sasuke transformed into the envoy's cane, and basically they started to have a conversation. So basically, Sadawa was having a conversation with Zala about something she doesn't know about, but was verifying what's the progress, and basically he was kind of being vague, not being too specific, but he said that it's going along smoothly and whatnot. So basically, Solomon managed to get to notice a door behind, in his office that leads somewhere to a cellar or somewhere. So basically, Sasuke, who has disguised himself as a cane, managed to Solomon managed to roll Sasuke, who's disguised as the cane, to the door, by using using Zala's blind spot to not really notice, because he can't really. He doesn't have like 360 vision like that. He can't really rotate his eyes and whatnot. So basically, they took advantage of his blind spot. So basically, Sasuke managed to get the door open while Zala, catch Zala visit. So basically, while so basically, after Sasuke got access, that conversation to the door and whatnot that leads to the cellar somewhere, and so basically, Sala, done her part, and basically hoping that Sasuke can get out on his own. So basically, Sasuke got to the cellar, and turned out it's just a lot of chickens and these fossils down here. So basically, Sasuke was wondering why would Zala have all these chickens and fossils down here in the cellars like this. So basically, Sasuke found a way out that led to the let out to the near the prison building. Not out the prison building, well, out the main prison building, whatnot, where all the people are digging fossils and shit like that. So basically, one of the same raptor that got burned by their lantern from his self-made lantern started to attack him, and basically Sasuke started to figure out what the hell Zala was doing. So basically, turns out they're using the fossils and the chickens to reanimate dinosaurs. So basically, Zara is using the chickens to, to turn them into reanimated dinosaurs and whatnot. So basically, Sasuke, what he learned from Gigi, he managed to tame the raptor who is known as Mimbo, apparently Sasuke, you remember how to change the raptor from Jeezy and basically got Jeezy on his side. So basically, everything. So basically, Sasuke saying that that Izala is using chickens and somehow re-entering dinosaurs, but but he doesn't know how he's doing it, because Zala doesn't seem like the type to have any any jutsu knowledge. So anyway, we see Zala back in the cellar room with a prisoner who's using a re-animated jutsu who we can see their face and basically turn a chicken into a dinosaur. And Zala said that soon we will be have soon we will have only a dinosaur to take over a nation. So basically, Zala is making this army of dinosaurs for the prime minister. That way they can invade more nations and take their resources. And basically, this how the episode ended with Zala, or laughing and basically about his progress of making these armies of dinosaurs. So anyway, what do you guys think about this? Good or bad or just okay? Really, really bizarre. Anyway, sign off. One.